Damn. Before I went live, I should have took care of this business first. Hold on. Okay, are we live? Hopefully we live. Shared the video. Hopefully we are live. Okay. I got the phone mount, right? But it's kind of tricky, man. You know, it like sometimes really don't want to cooperate with me. I'm gonna try to mount this bitch so we can drive. All right, I can run my mouth. That's everyone in Tulsa. Tulsa must have said something riveting, goddammit. Tulsa must have said something monumental. I'm guessing, right? I'm guessing. Okay, shit. That's about as good as we gonna get. Uh, but I give Tulsa credit though, because Tulsa do something on their channel. And everybody see that shit. Uh, I'm not sure on why they was bothering Tulsa. I have no idea. I came up here, because I got off work and, doing my usual, let the car warm up a little bit before I pull off, right? And I went on Big O. In the process of going on Big O, I went over there and showed a little love, okay? And there were like a group of Africans, man, and I sent them a gift, which is just as similar to donating, but just not on a scale like YouTube, but different. But I just like the energy, so I sent them a little gift, right? After I sent these people a gift, they started chanting my name. I love Africa. You know what I'm saying? Africa is like, I love African people, especially like the people that are in Africa. Like you certified in Africa. You feel me? I'm with that, right? So I was thrown. You know what I'm saying? They started chanting. You're like, I'm talking about, African people chanting your name. Man, that shit'll make your ass feel good in the morning. I'm telling you. Okay? I felt real connected this morning. Okay? It wasn't nothing but like five, 6 people, but shit, that's enough. Goddamn, look. Especially they in Africa and shit. Vicdamoane, Vicdamoane, Vicdamoane. Oh man, shit. Okay? I'm like, yo, they trying to hype me up. Ah, they trying to bring back the old stat and shit. I'm like, damn. Well, Big O is lit. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Okay? Yeah, Big O is super lit. You know, shit. You said you been on Twitch? Yeah, I ain't messed around yet. They said it'd be going down on Rumble too. Because we got some Black Sector people on Rumble. Okay? And we gonna have to connect with them as well. You know what I'm saying? So we have everybody on deck. And then we'll be all the way lit. You feel me? Now I can bring people over to Big O if they don't want to download the app. I can still bring people over. Like I can create a hyperlink. Okay, but yeah, the damn yeah, that hyperlink I think would be useful. All right, yeah, we're rolling down 8 Mile right now, man. I'm headed back to the crib. Okay. You said what now? You said they standing with Tulsa. Oh, okay. Tulsa better watch it. That's a 2-lane street. Okay, shit. They stand with you today. All right, you the ops tomorrow. Yeah, they'll claim they stand with Tulsa. When Tulsa go live, don't nobody want to show up to Tulsa live stream. I popped in there a few times. they try to use that, gay straight thing, but I mean, if your topic ain't that, then I don't understand like what the problem is really. You know what I'm saying? Like if the topic is uh, same-sex relationships, then yeah, I don't see why a straight man would be on that panel while they having that type of discussion. But other than that, yeah, like what's the problem? Tulsa be saying slick shit. Hell yeah. But hell, I can see if this was something new. Ain't nothing new. I swear this be the best part of my morning. Okay. Headed back to the crib. Okay, before the street lights turn on. Shit, a lot of them motherfuckers flashing yellow right now, man. All right, that'd be the best ride home. Oh man, yeah. Look, as soon as I get, you know, away from the traffic a little bit, I can probably read the chat. But yeah, right now, I'm just driving right now, so a lot of idiots out here on the road. They like to do dumb shit, like go fast, then go slow, then go fast, then go slow. These niggas will break speed. They'll do like a whole bunch of dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? So in Michigan, yeah, whatever you do, don't look down. All right, because I promise you, you look down, look up, the car in front of you gonna be at a complete stop. Okay. Something that Rico did and Jay Dunn, all the police on Broadway. Yeah, that whole calling the police shit on YouTube, it carries no weight. Okay. This ain't Canada, okay, where calling a gay man a man is a hate crime, okay? All right, yeah. You forgot about that executive order Trump signed. Okay, that said that there was only two genders. So with that executive order, okay, you can say whatever you want to say. I'm only attracted to this. I'm only attracted to that, or all that men calling themselves women and vice versa. That shit is over with. That shit is over with. All right, Donald Trump erased that shit. Okay, y'all still claiming it? I don't know why. It don't hold no weight. You'd be a fool to think it does. The first thing he did when he went to the Oval Office was change that law. No more identity, what I identify as. That shit holds no weight in the United States of America. Okay? None. So what I suggest is y'all pay attention to the laws of the land. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, right? All right, these laws are like locked in. You feel me? There ain't no changing shit. People more concerned with the goddamn war more than anything. That's really all they care about. Like, if your movement ain't a part of the war, they can give less than 3 fucks. You feel me? Hold on. But yeah, I'm almost at the crib. Well, I'm almost on my street to the damn crib. You feel me? Yeah, I got out of there right on time too, man. Cause I'm thinking to myself like, shit. If I'd have stayed a little bit longer, man, traffic would have been thick than a motherfucker right about now. I ain't gonna be able to dodge it tomorrow. I'll dodge it today though. Okay, and I'll deal with it tomorrow. Yeah, traffic at 6:30, boy, I'm telling you, be a goddamn nightmare out here, man. A real nightmare. 5 o'clock, these boys want to drive. I'm like, oh yeah, nah, I'm with this. Okay? Yes, I'm with this. We're gonna drive, let's drive. Okay? Speed limit, goddamn 40 miles an hour, man. We all floating out this bitch. Okay? Everybody float. And I'm a nigga that don't break speed. You feel me? Like I'm set on one speed. Like if I'm doing 50, nigga, I'm doing 50 the whole goddamn way. I'm doing 60 the whole goddamn way. Like motherfuckers out here in Michigan, they don't drive like that. Like they'll start doing 50, 60, and all of a sudden get scared. Goddamn it, break these shit down to 30. Then they wanna come back and do 90. I be like, what the fuck is you doing? You I well just kept your speed going. Shit. All right. What the hell? Like the only reason why I see you driving slow now, ain't nobody trying to burn no goddamn gas. That's reality right there. Gas. Okay? Oh. Oh man, yeah, let me get the hell on. The sun, I can see the sun cracking the horizon, goddammit. Alright, let's see. I got it straight away. I can peek down at the chat. If anybody jump in front of me from here to there, I can hit them. It ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter. Tear their ass up. Alright, you didn't have to be gaming. Yeah, you do the same thing. Right. Twitch is not about 100% gaming, because that's where Kai Cenat got famous on Twitch. He played some games, but that wasn't the focus of his show. You feel me? You know, he would do news stories, he would game, then he would have people on the show. Um, but what got him that attention, because he was already growing on Twitch, but what got him global recognition is when he went to go get those PlayStations away in Central Park, and they said damn near 1 million people showed up. And remember, they tried to put charges on Kai Cenat, saying that he was inciting a riot. Even he said, damn, I ain't know it was gonna be like that. Well, he went to go give away some PS5s for Christmas in Central Park, told his audience, and they had the streets on lock. That's when I knew the generational gap had already passed us. Because how 1 million motherfucking kids knew about this shit, but nobody over the age of 30 knew a goddamn thing until it was already going down. The police, the city, nobody was prepared for that shit. These niggas came up out of nowhere. Bam, took over. Yeah, I'm surprised that. I mean, I was on Twitch when I was live streaming. I started making money on Twitch. But, of course, you know, I had trolls back then, so they flagged me on Twitch. Key Deadman was telling me to come back. I never really went back. You know, it was like too much of a hassle for me, especially at that time when I was like, you know, focusing on like 4 or 5 active channels. I just didn't have time to start up a whole new platform, and I was already like running 3. Yeah, I believe so.
Big lighter? Big lighter? Is that enough money? Like just a regular lighter? Yeah.
What up, bro? Hey, look, I got this here, and let me get a pack of Newport 100s in the box. All right, bro. Yeah, sun's coming up, man, out here in the D West Side, baby. Yeah, birds chirping and shit. See, the trick is to have a good live. You got to have something to talk about. You know, that'd be the mistake people make. They go live and they don't have nothing to talk about. Okay, you got to have something to bring. I don't care. You know, like you see some of my streams, videos be like 12, 13 minutes. Other shit might be 2, 3 hours. You feel me? It all depends. Okay, it really all depends on how, you know, how your brain works pretty much. Because, you know, I see a lot of people, they might start off hot and then get cold. Okay, overly dependent. You know, like even Trish, right? She's talking about, yeah, man, we following this dude, Infinity Water, or whatever the fuck his name was. So I go over there to the channel, right? Click on his latest video. This motherfucker talking about the end of the goddamn world. I said, you know what, man? We're not in touch with what's really going on. I'm like, man, bro, you look like you 30 years old, bro. You talk about we ain't in touch with what's going on. You just got here in 1990 something. Come on, man. Okay? I said, man, them motherfuckers talking about, oh, White House got aliens. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Please, shut the fuck up. Ain't no such thing as no goddamn alien. All right? Here's why. You ready? You ready? Okay. If there were aliens, nigga, that shit would be all over the internet by now. These niggas been telling you for 100 years that they got aliens and spaceships. They ain't showed you shit. Okay? At some point, you just gotta call a lie a lie. See, because it's either one or two things. Either the Bible's right or the aliens is right. Now, I could go grab you a Bible and break down how aliens ain't real. But I'm still waiting on these motherfuckers to show you a goddamn alien. Because once I show you the aliens, we can throw the Bible away. Quick. We can say, yep, all of these stories is fake in the Bible once we pull this alien out our ass. Right? But don't just say unidentified flying object. You know why you can't say that? Because an unidentified flying object could be a goddamn frisbee from Russia. An unidentified flying object could be any goddamn thing flown from another country that's unidentified. So don't pull this, unidentified flying out. No, nigga, say this shit came from Mars, bitch. Tell me that we tracked this motherfucker down from Venus. Funny, we got all these goddamn aliens. We done been up in space, right? Multiple times, but we don't know what planet these motherfuckers came from. But we got them, though. And somehow, we grab aliens from another planet, captured these motherfuckers, been holding them hostage, their bodies, everything. Nobody came looking for them. Nobody came looking for these aliens. These aliens then left their planet, came to our planet, and then turned up missing. And there was no outrage on the other alien planet. Okay? You feel me? We have touched Mars, right? You got footage of Mars. But we can't tell you where these goddamn aliens came from. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, got satellites that can look at Saturn and tell you, look, Saturn ain't nothing but all gas, a gas planet. Ain't nothing on this planet but chaos. Okay? Oh yeah. Um, Taking my junk out the car, put it back in the car, get it back out the car. Oh Lord, it's endless. But this shit is right here. Good morning. Okay. Even the word alien is a biblical word. Where do you think they got it from? They didn't make it up. The word alien is a biblical word. You know, like the rainbow ain't got nothing to do with leprechauns or the LGBT community. You see what I'm saying? Let me put my screen up. I don't know. Folks might be around here, walk around, no clothes on and shit. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Oh, damn it, man, I got a whole mullet going on right now. Grab all my stuff out of here. Oh, I try to make as less trips as possible in the morning. Uh, but yeah, like I was saying, y'all, the first time you see the word alien is in the Old Testament when God was talking to Moses. And he was talking about, uh, you know, people being aliens, to other people. Now, if you look at the Mandela effect, right? Immigrants used to be called what? Illegal aliens, right? Bible, alien just would be someone that was foreign to you from another country, from another tribe. They were alien to your knowledge, your ways, and vice versa. Right. The rainbow is a promise that God wouldn't destroy the world with a flood. Boy, I bet you he wish he wouldn't have took that promise. Because if he didn't put that shit up, a lot of y'all wouldn't even be here right now. He'd be knocking you off one by one. Oh, you doubt me? Bow. Bow. Let's get rid of him. Let's get rid of him. Okay. All right. The entire planet would be 100% Christian, and the world would go on forever. The sun would never go out. Yeah, for real. It'd be just like paradise. Like, okay. But yeah, man, they gave y'all this promise of extraterrestrial life. And they have the nerve to say, oh, well, you know, this just been sitting, we just been sitting on this since 1940. Ain't nobody touched it. So you found it and then you just left it alone? So you find life on another planet, another galaxy, like you said, and you make no effort to see what the fuck this shit came from? All right, you so worried about the Middle East and what the fuck some goddamn Arabs gonna do in a country that they don't even have full electricity or concrete or doors or windows, right? You got all the bombs and missiles in the world for the motherfuckers in Iran and Iraq and all them other motherfuckers, right? But you telling me that allegedly aliens touched down on this motherfucking planet, you niggas kidnapped them, right? You kidnapped them, you took their bodies, you took their car, and nothing happened. I don't believe you, bro. I don't believe you, bro. I don't believe you. See, you fucked up when you said, "Oh yeah, we took these aliens back in 1940." Bitch, if they were extraterrestrial life and they were supposed to be some type of more intelligent beings than us, how the fuck you think they're gonna let they people get kidnapped, they ship get taken? Far as we know, y'all niggas killed them motherfuckers, and they ain't pulled up back on you to check up on you to see where they people at. Hmm? They ain't pulled back up to say, "Oh, you know what? We gonna handle that." They think they just gonna take our people and take our whips and what? Or if anything, let's look at another scenario. Why would extraterrestrial life even reveal themselves to this planet? Because when they look down, right? If they a superior race and they look down from space on this planet, they would see us as motherfucking savages. They would see us as goddamn wild animals that we're more crazy than the animals in the jungle. If they looking from space, then they could say, "Oh, well, these humans, these motherfuckers been killing each other for well over 1,000 years. Why the fuck should we go down there and say anything to these niggas? They savages. They're not intelligent. They pretend to be intelligent. They intelligently blow themselves up. They intelligently kill one another. They're not making weapons to protect their planet. They're making weapons to knock each other off. And then look at the reasoning. They knocking each other off over a goddamn color. They knocking each other off over a world resource, right? Oil. They want the oil in this country, but we got oil in our own country. Fuck that. We want all the goddamn oil. Why would any alien want to deal with that? Logically. The aliens are in space, then of course they're aware of black people being enslaved for 400 years. Did they come free you motherfuckers? The aliens set you free? Bet you they didn't. Okay? Aliens could have ended poverty on this planet. Right? Could have ended it. Gave everybody resources to eat, drink, smoke, do whatever, forever. And they talk about they found this shit in what year? 1940, 1950? So 1940, let's go off their timeline. Alien touchdown in 1940. Ain't nobody seen no alien since then. Why you think that is? Because if they ran into an alien in 1940, just think about the mindset of people in 1940. Racism was still a big thing. Twilight Zone was popping, going out of control with the Twilight Zone, right? Everybody loved the Twilight Zone. So now all of a sudden, a real life certified alien touched down somewhere in America in 1940. Wouldn't you think that the people in 1940 shot that motherfucker on sight? Just think about 1940. They weren't trying to talk. They drew down on them goddamn aliens. Could have came out, hey, we come in peace. Bah, 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 bah. Did you get him, Jeff Rowe? Yeah, I got him. 1940, they took that alien to the United States government, and they probably got about $20 for turning that alien in, and they thought they was rich. So, 1940, they came, and they never came back. Never seen another alien again. After this, there's one file that they got saying, ooh, there's life outside the universe. These motherfucking aliens never came back. Just think about that. They're like, oh yeah, we're not fucking with these humans. No. Mm-mm. All they do is tear up shit. They tear up them all. They tear up each other. Fuck, we look like we got a whole civilized planet operating like the Viltrumites. All right, and we come down here and y'all reckless motherfuckers just doing whatever the hell y'all want to do. Oh no, we not a part of that. We not a part of that. So yeah, the alien story, I'm not buying. I'm not buying. To pull out aliens in 2026, they just trying to stop people from believing in the Bible. That's all. That's all. Trying to fuck with people's religion, because you know if it was true, I'd have shouted over there. Oh yeah, man, we got an alien right here, and you gonna have a bunch of people saying, yeah, man, the government said this, the government said that, nigga. The government acknowledged Noah's Ark. The government acknowledged the motherfucking Nephilim, the giant bones that were discovered of humans and shit. So y'all accept the government when it's catering to your shit. But when the government sit up here and start backing biblical texts and scriptures, oh, it all came from the white man. So we got to throw it away because the white man wrote that. All right, yeah. contradictions and hypocrisy running wild. Well, that's the thing. The Bible refers to fallen angels, sons of the true God, and they were worshipped. Like when the Egyptians saw them, the Egyptians thought they were gods. When the Mayans saw them, the Mayans thought they were aliens. You feel me? So it was basically two separate cultures looking at the same thing, just giving it a different name. Just like motherfuckers, I had somebody ask me that they were talking about unicorns in the Bible, and unicorns aren't real. And I said, well, wait a minute, unicorns are very real. Okay, you can see a unicorn at the zoo right now. What are you talking about? They look at me like I'm crazy. I said, there's unicorns running around in Africa right now. Fuck them up when I say that, right? Because they try to go to the whole, man, they was talking about unicorns in the Bible. Unicorns ain't real. Hold up. Time out. You must got it confused. When I say unicorn, what are you thinking of? Oh, you thinking about that magical creature on Disney Channel, right? You looking for that shit on Nickelodeon. My Little Pony was a unicorn. That ain't no fucking unicorn. That's some fantasy shit. A unicorn in the Bible is a rhinoceros. They didn't call it that back then. They didn't call it a rhinoceros because they didn't have that technical name. That's a modern day name that they put on that animal. In the Bible, they called it a unicorn because it only had one horn. Unicorn. So, if you go look up that scripture and you see that the unicorn was actually a rhinoceros, oh, it makes sense now. It makes sense. You feel me? Okay. Even me and King Curl, shout out to King Curl, man. One time we even got deep into Revelations trying to show people that Revelations uh, was just a breakdown of World War One and World War Two. The person in Revelations was having visions, and everything in Revelations is a breakdown of the World War when they were talking about nation going against nation. Okay. And they were talking about they were seeing monsters with 7 heads and 10 horns. You know what that was? A bomber plane. Okay? Now, if you think back in biblical times, a motherfucker seeing fire fall from the sky, well, we just call that napalm. We call it a napalm drop. Okay? But in biblical times, if that motherfucker went to sleep and he was having visions of the future and he saw a plane dropping napalm all over a fucking city, okay, he wouldn't be calling it planes and bombers, right? In Revelation, he gives a full description of a tank coming down the street and people worshiping the goddamn tank. And he don't understand why everybody's worshiping this wild beast with the fucking long horns and it's got markings on. He's describing machines. Machines that ain't in his timeline. Things that are there that he's looking at that shouldn't be there. So yeah, it get deep. That's why you don't see no aliens. All right, they found where Noah's Ark landed. Okay, they quickly covered that shit up. They found Jesus' tomb, right? Surprisingly, it was under a rock. Found the tomb of James's brother, right? With the inscription, with the markings, everything matched up. What they do? Blow that shit up. Come on, you feel me? They blew it up. Real talk. You said the people in Africa don't believe in religion? Oh, they are extremely religious. Why do you think they kill gay people? Why do you think being gay in Africa, like 75% of the country will hang you, will burn you alive? What do you think? They just doing that to be doing it? The oldest church in the world, okay, is in Ethiopia, and that's a Christian church. You better go do your research. All right, look, maybe you want me to tag you in some African Christian church videos because they be live on Sunday. They be live on Sunday. Okay, all those people do is praise God in the Bible. Okay, shit, don't. All right, go out there thinking you got a friend. Oh no, no, no. We are going to church to worship Jesus, the Almighty. All right. When they be talking about Mount Zion and shit, what the fuck you think they talking about? Okay. Oh yeah. Don't get it twisted. Okay. It's only a select number of tribes in Africa that don't subscribe to the Bible, but trust me, they are outnumbered. You ain't see my man talk about eating the poo poo? That was a Christian pastor talking about that shit, telling people to kill motherfucking gay people on sight. You better, man, look. Well, no, you can look it up. You can look it up. I already looked it up. Okay. I already looked it up. Come on, Gino. What we doing? You got to poop again? He got that I got to poop again look. Uh, okay. Mm-hmm. Now you got to remember, Africa is a continent, right? It's not a country. A lot of people I see do that. They will just say Africa and, put that label on them. Now, places I know for a fact that don't. do the Bible, like the Congo, like yeah, ain't like the Congo, yeah, fuck no, hell no, like I'm trying to think of somewhere else. Um, Shit, Zimbabwe don't fuck with that shit. Oh Lord, hey daddy, who hurt his toe? Oh, you been putting the weight on it? Come on, so we're gonna walk it off. Come on, watch out. You know, move now. I got you. All right. So basically, he broke a nail, a little thumbnail. All right, take your time, Daddy. All right. Yeah. Oh, you did it. Okay, come on. But yeah, Snowflake, he getting old, man. He's starting to act like the old man. But yeah, man. Uh-oh, let's see what he want to do now. Come on, Snowflake, come on. Come on, Daddy. I said he get that old man phase. All right, he want to walk everywhere. Uh-oh. Somebody said Exodus. Oh, I can't see. If a man sell his daughter to be a maiden, and she shall not go out as the service do. Just a friendly reminder that God allows men to sell their daughters. Incorrect. Incorrect. You said God allows men to sell their daughters. And you got that from Exodus? So you put Moses over Jesus at that particular point. Now, see, how the hell did you do that? Okay? Shit. I mean, by that case, Cain's grandson Lamech said that if anybody was to wound him, he was going to kill 77 people. So do you put like 77 murders on God because he said that? No. Okay. See, if you look at the Bible, right, Moses fucked up. Moses fucked up. Moses and God fell out. So if you following Moses, yeah, I understand why shit ain't going right for you. Yeah, fucking around with Moses. All right. Moses said that if a man is to sleep with another man, and that man should be put to death. Jesus came and told you not to murder anybody. Who you gonna listen to? Hmm? Who you gonna listen to? Moses told you that you had to cut your hair, you had to dress a certain way, you had to look a certain way. Jesus said, "Come as you are." Who you gonna listen to? Cause see, that's when it's crunch time. Come on, Daddy. Come on, we're gonna keep walking, man. I know your foot hurt. Come on. Yeah, we got to keep rolling. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't stop. Come on, Daddy. You got it. Come on. Sniffing the grass and walking slow as hell. I mean, most people go to that. They, like it's whatever verse they feel defeats the Bible, but they only got a piece of the verse. They ain't got the whole verse. Come on, Daddy. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I know your foot hurt. Come on. We gotta make it back to the house now. We can't stay here forever. Come on. Oh Jesus! Why you want to walk over here to this tree? For what? Oh, come on, Snowflake. Jesus, what are you going all the way over here for, man? We gotta go to the house. Come on. Come on. Come on. Walk. Come on. Snowflake. Come. No. This way. Okay. So yeah. Can't break that down, can you? Moses said something you didn't like, so you threw the Bible away. I got you. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, Snowflake. Come on. Come on, Daddy. Come on. Come on. Come on. In the house. Come on. Now see, I can't get no discussion after I just cracked open Exodus, right? We can't even get no back and forth after that, right? That was just open and shut. You went to Exodus. Exodus is Moses. Moses was tripping. Him and God fell out. That was the guy you went to disprove. Uh-uh. Now I want you to use your Google powers and Google where in the Bible did God and Moses fall out. And boy, oh boy, when you read that story, you have to ask yourself, why did Moses fuck up like that? Like, if you had direct contact with God, how the hell do you fuck up like that? If I got direct contact with God, man, I feel like I'm invincible at that point. You know, like I am officially the baddest man on the planet. Hold up, y'all. See, the Bible just tells a story about free will and defiance. Like the dangers of free will, the element of defiance, how humans are the only ones on the planet that could defy God. The animals can't do it. The angels can't do it. Just your motherfucking ass could do it. See, for the people in 2026 that say, well, I question the stuff that's in the Bible. I don't think any of that shit is real. Do you realize that you are no different than the pharaohs in Exodus? You are no different than the Canaanite people in Genesis. These people never saw God, therefore they could not acknowledge or worship or fear something that they never saw or felt. What up, though, Queen K? You feel me? They couldn't fear something. How am I supposed to be afraid of something that I don't see? Are you telling me this danger's, you know, out here and I don't fucking see it? So why should I worry about some shit that ain't there? Fuck out of here with that shit. I mean, you are no different than the people that Noah was talking to when he was telling them it was gonna rain. And they looking back saying, Moses, it ain't rained in 600 years. Shut your dumb ass up. Shut the fuck up. Talk about it's gonna rain. We need to repent. Kiss my ass, Noah. It's gonna rain. Nigga, you stupid. It's gonna rain. That's all you've been saying. We need to repent. Shut the fuck up. Been up on that goddamn mountain building that fucking ark. Ain't nothing coming. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nothing coming. That was the same mistake Pharaoh did. That's why I said, like, you could forget about God showing up for any of you motherfuckers. Okay? Forget about it. Like, Pharaoh fucked it up for the entire human race. Do you realize Moses is God is sending messages to Moses to relay back to Pharaoh. Pharaoh don't believe him. So he started doing what they call miracles and shit, right? Magic, whatever the fuck you want to call it, some old supernatural shit in front of Pharaoh. Pharaoh is still saying, fuck that. I'm not doing none of this shit. I still don't believe him. I still don't believe him. This nigga had look, Pharaoh had frogs falling from out the sky. He lost all his firstborn sons of Egypt, all of them. He still didn't take that shit serious. So there's levels. There's levels. Okay? Motherfuckers want to talk about what God allows, right? Oh, God allows this. God allows people to be harmed. And God allows. Bitch, Can we get some accurate information here? Who started with who first? Um, First of all, if you killed my son and didn't ask me for help, okay? I mean, just think about that for a minute. You killed my son, and then you want me to help you, nigga? With what? What the fuck am I helping you with? You just murdered my fucking son. You ain't even say sorry, bitch. Ain't even say my bad. You got my son impaled, tortured, and now y'all come back with prayer? Did you even look at what I did to the motherfuckers in the Old Testament? Shit. I'm on, Gino, get down. All right, you don't ever see it that way, do you? God fucked up all those people in the Old Testament just so people could remember him. We get to the New Testament and y'all motherfuckers trying to kill angels and shit. Y'all motherfuckers want to murder an angel and shit. And Jesus up there talking about forgive them because they know not what they do. That's just a nice way of calling you fucking stupid. Forgive them for they know not what they do. The modern day way of saying that is bitch you stupid. Same thing. Okay? Forgive them. They're fucking stupid. They're just dumb. I thought they were doing this intelligently. I thought they knew what they were doing, but obviously they have no fucking clue on what's happening here. Can't be mad at stupid. Can't be mad at stupid. After Jesus was crucified, who did God talk to after that? Nobody. You had God talking to people, right? We get all the way to the point of Jesus, and then you don't hear shit from God no more, do you? Okay? Remember this. When you get to those pearly gates, the first thing you should do is say, I'm sorry. Sorry for what? I'm sorry for the human race murdering Jesus when he came down and tried to straighten shit out. Apologize. I wasn't there, but I know about it. So, pretty sure nobody else apologized coming up here for making such a horrible mistake. Okay? Yeah. When you get up there, motherfucker, apologize. Okay? Your first words coming out your mouth. Well, yeah, Eve ate the fruit, and then Adam ate it, and then uh, Cain and Abel were the first um, people born in the sin, and people don't want to look at that for what it was. And it says people used to grow in numbers on the earth, and it talks about people being born before Cain and Abel. All of that is true. Adam and Eve had children before Cain and Abel. These children had no names. They were just born. They had no names. And they were not infected by the sin gene or the sin disease. Like sin is something like a cancer. It was not a part of the human anatomy. It was not meant for humans. The element of sin. Okay, people don't want to look at that for what it is. That sin is hereditary. It passes on through every generation. You know, no one is acceptable, or there is no exception to the rule. Like animals don't sin. Only humans do. Every animal on this planet, they don't have a concept of sin. Only man does. So you got to think about that. Okay? You could say your dog is acting bad, but at the same time, it's a dog. It's doing what it's, in its nature to do. You see what I'm saying? You could have a cat that's tearing up your house, this and the other, but nobody's going to say, well, that cat is just a sinning cat. No. No. You take a chimpanzee as a baby, and you have it in your house until it turns into an adult. Well, after adult stage, it attacks you, it attacks the dog, it attacks the cat, it attacks everybody in the house. That's not a sinful act for that chimpanzee. That's nature. Okay? Well, you don't have to be there, right? You don't have to be there. You weren't there when Martin Luther King got shot, but you know it happened, right? You take the word of others. When it comes to Malcolm X being assassinated, you weren't there. So what you gonna say? It didn't exist? It didn't happen? We might as well say the Black Panthers never existed, right? Because if you Google Black Panther, you gonna get the fucking movie. You gonna get Wakanda and shit, right? So I guess we could say, well, you weren't there, so what a silly argument. That don't mean shit. I wasn't there when Michael Jackson dropped the ABC single, but I'm not going to act like it didn't happen. Now, when you want to get into biblical shit, oh, that's traceable. It's easy to trace. Look, the easiest way to prove that the Bible is real is the devil. Now, who want to say the devil ain't real? That's the easiest way to prove that the Bible is real. Mm-hmm. That's the easy. You want to sit up and say that the devil ain't real? You want to say that Satan ain't real? Huh? Yeah. Whole different concept, When you look at the scripture of Cain when it talks about Adam and Eve having intercourse with his wife, and look, matter of fact, let's just get deep with it, man. Hold on. Come on. Let's just get deep with it, y'all. I can just go get the book, right? Make this shit easy. Flip. Okay. Okay. So, right here. Okay. And even, and then here, desirable, knowledge. Okay. Okay. We get to the serpent. Okay. Okay. So, right here, when you get to Genesis 4, okay? Genesis 4, it talks about uh, right here, when it gives birth to Cain and Abel, okay? It talks about Cain being a cultivator of the ground, and Abel, right, was bringing fish. At 8, the fight goes out. At 10, okay, now get to 4:15. Matter of fact, let's go to 4. Okay, right here at Genesis 4:14, Cain says, "Here you are actually driving me this day from off the surface of the ground, and from your face I shall be concealed, and I must become a wanderer and fugitive on the earth. And it is certain anyone finding me will kill me." Stop. Cain's talking to God right now. At 4:14, he's saying, "From your face I will be concealed," meaning that God won't even see Cain. But then he turns around and says, and this is at 4:14, y'all read it. "And it is certain anyone finding me will kill me." I thought it was just Cain and Abel and Adam and Eve. Who is Cain referring to when he said anyone? He wasn't talking about his mother and father. He wasn't talking about Abel because he was dead. So what does he mean? Anyone finding him would kill him. What? Put two and two together. Come on, y'all. At 15, God said, "For that reason, anyone killing Cain must suffer vengeance 7 times." And God set up a sign for Cain in order that no one finding him could strike him. So, who would be looking for Cain? If Abel was dead, who would be there to tell the story? Who was around? Somebody had to be there. Now look, the only thing you have here when you get to 4:17, afterward, Cain had intercourse with his wife. There's nothing to refute. It's right there. It's black and white. I'm not making this shit up. Go look at it. I mean, you could be mad about it. You could be in denial about it. I didn't make that shit up. All right? I didn't make it up. It's right there. Cain had sex with his wife. Where did his wife come from? What was his wife's name? He had sex with his wife after killing his brother. Are we keeping up here? This is black and white. Not making it up. Okay? That is Genesis 4:17. Look it up. He is banging his wife. Okay? And she gave birth to Enosh. Then he engaged in building a city and called the city's name by the name of his son, Enosh. Where is that city at now? Anybody know? At 4:17, it talks about Cain building a city and naming it after his son. It could have not been 2 or 3 people in a city that he is building. Come on, y'all. Can we put it together? It shouldn't even be that hard. Let's not skip. Stay with me. Because when God destroyed the world with a flood, it couldn't have been just 8 people on a planet. Right? It couldn't have been. It couldn't have been just 20 people. Right? Couldn't have been. Okay? Now, from Genesis 4:17 and down is the bloodline of Cain. Did y'all even know that Cain, the first murderer in the world, had the bloodline in the Bible? Bet you didn't know that, did you? Bet you didn't know that before Noah, all you motherfuckers come from Cain. If we tracking, as they say, if we tracking, okay, we lead you to Noah, and Noah leads you to Cain, because ain't no Abel. Oh, and you wonder where you get your edgy side from. Well, according to the Bible, come from the first murderer of the world. You know, all of us are descendants of Cain. Everybody. Everybody. Everybody knows what it feels like to wanting to beat the shit out your sibling. Everybody knows what that feels like, right? We all want to hit our siblings with a goddamn rock, don't we? And some of us, we do. Some of us, we do. Right? You didn't hit your brother with a goddamn rock. You didn't hit your sister with a motherfucking stick. Hmm? You didn't kill him, but you damn sure hit him, didn't you? Mm-hmm. No hesitation. As soon as they pissed you off, you went right everywhere you need to go, went in that room, and took care of business, right? Oh, I thought you wasn't a part of this biblical shit. Seem more connected to me than you are to goddamn aliens. Easy to put two and two together. Okay? Easy to put two and two together. Think about it. The people that were here, right, at Genesis 4, 5, and 6, because 6, when you get to 6, Genesis chapter 6, it says that the men and women, that men started to grow in numbers on the surface of the ground, and daughters were born to them. And the sons of the true God began to notice that the daughters of men, they were good looking, and went to taking wives for themselves. So it didn't take long for shit to go left. A human race with no leadership went from a land of paradise to a land of pure chaos. Okay? And the issue that you have is God created these human creatures, okay? And he didn't know what to do with them in the beginning. He said, "Oh shit, I think I done fucked up. Maybe I made a mistake." So he called himself picking the best out the bunch, which at that time was just Noah and his 3 sons. Okay? And when Noah and his 3 sons got off the boat, Ham was the first one to get on some gay shit. Noah called himself trying to stop it, right? But Ham's children and grandchildren, all they did was rebel. And you just see that pattern go all through history. You see the world power, as they like to call it, right? The world power. In the Bible, you see the day that they were granted such power, or when it was revealed that Satan was backing these group of human people. Okay, and God never interfered. God allowed these people to live worshiping the devil. Now, your version of devil worship might be some fucking heavy metal rendition, some old fucking, Marilyn Manson shit. I think it's a lot more complicated than that. I've heard stories of those secret societies, the Illuminati, and they said that the Church of Satan is decorated in gold. That the entire Church of Satan is like real gold, like gold inside and out. Like the church itself is probably the most beautiful place you ever seen in your life. Yeah, it said he threw a rock at his son I mean at his brother in anger, but nowhere in the Bible does it says he was intending on killing Cain. Because if that was the case, he wouldn't have been regretful. He would have stood on it. He wouldn't have been worried about motherfuckers coming after him because he killed Abel. Now Lamech, his grandson, was a whole different story altogether. Lamech didn't give a fuck about who knew how many people that he killed, and he announced it. He announced it. He said, "Yeah, if anybody fuck with me again, 77 people gonna die." See, that's intent. That's intent. He didn't care. He had 3 wives. He says, "You know what? Wait a minute, and look, let me give you the scripture because y'all gonna say I'm lying about that." Okay. Okay, that is at Genesis chapter 4. Uh and that's chapter 4, verse 23 and 24. Okay? Yeah. Now, Adam had another son, right? Outside of Cain and Abel. Right? You don't ever hear about that son, do you? Okay? That was Seth. And Seth took the place of Abel. They don't talk about that though in churches, do they? They just tell you that Cain killed Abel and that was it. They don't talk about Seth though. You see? Because the less you know, the better. The less you know, the better. Less questions you gonna ask. You're gonna say, wait a minute. Okay. There was a race of people, as Adam and Eve were born, right? And they just started banging out of control. The whole fruit scenario comes up because of the change in humanity. See, when Adam and Eve ate the fruit, they became afraid. Cain was born with the fruit in him. It wasn't like God created him and then implanted the forbidden fruit in him. No, no, no. He was the first child born out of sin. So his jealousy, his anger passed on to his children and grandchildren. All of that is documented. And it got so bad that God just said, you know what? I got to turn the lights out on these niggas, man. Because this is too much. They doing too much. So what did he do? He knocked everybody off, brought people back just for them to do the exact same shit. It was like, all right, like the whole Old Testament, in my opinion, is God trying to play Batman. Every time somebody was in danger, he swooped down, call himself fixing the situation, fly back out, and y'all would just fuck it up again and again and again and again. To say that God doesn't have patience, that's an understatement because all those people he came across in the Old Testament, he was patient in the motherfucker. He wasn't patient with Adam and Eve. Everybody else got the patient God. Like Pharaoh, he was real patient with Pharaoh. Okay, he could have just came in there and said, you want to fuck with me like that from now on, all Egyptians will have no legs, and he did gave birth to torsos in Egypt. Okay, but he didn't want to get that brutal, right? He could have. He could have been like, from now on, everybody in the Pharaoh kingdom in ancient Kemetic law will be born one-eyed, motherfucker. You want to talk about that one-eye shit? Well, now you only got one. What you gonna do now? Okay. Now there are plenty of people in the Bible that were never named because they didn't have a purpose. They just born and lived and died. You know, they don't track every lion in Africa. They don't track every gorilla in the jungle, right? Same thing here. Like when it said men and women grew in numbers on the earth, they didn't give you a list of goddamn names of those people. Okay. And then they got this conspiracy going and say, well, why is all the noses, knocked off the Egyptian statues? They knocked off all the noses. Like, bro, really? You can't say it was the Romans because, they went back to repair the pyramids. And people didn't even pay attention to, like, why the hell would Rome go all the way to Egypt to fix the fucking pyramid? Or to fix the feet of the Sphinx. You feel me? Like why would they do that? Well, if you get into, like I said, deep study, okay, you'll find the people that were first named as certified devil worshippers. All right, fuck all this myth and lore. I'm talking about black and white. Okay, two tribes of people certified devil worshippers that were able to worship the devil free and clear in the Old Testament. And God never destroyed these people for worshiping the devil. So you really should think about that for a minute. All right, the one story that nobody talks about in the Bible. You won't hear a pastor, nobody brings that up. And I say, well, why? Right? Why not tell that story? Because at that point, you see what I'm saying? It would bring light. It would bring light and you know they like to confuse names. You know what I'm saying? They like to change the names of certain cultures. Okay, but when we go digging, oh yeah, trust me, you'll find the source. Primary example, right? When Satan attacked Job, Who did he send to attack Job? Think about this shit now. God told Satan that he could do whatever he wanted to do to Job. He just couldn't kill him. And you had these people coming up to Job saying, "Oh, such and such just did this, and I was the only one to survive. So and so did this, and I was the only one to survive to come and tell you." So wait a minute, right then and there, right? Satan had people on the ground that he sent after Job. These people were certified devil worshippers. And they were just skipped over. It's like, oh, okay, they're devil worshippers, no problem. Let's go to the next chapter. Like, wait, what? What? Okay, you got to think about, to hell with China, South Africa, and America. If there were certified devil worshippers that were acknowledged in the Old Testament and nobody knows their goddamn names, that's a problem. That to me, that is the biggest issue that we have as Christians, as people that believe in the Bible, as people that follow Jesus Christ. Okay, that is the biggest issue that has not been addressed. People will talk about everything else in the Bible besides that, because that's traceable. You bring up Jesus, Jesus ain't on earth. You bring up God, God ain't on earth. Satan, oh yeah, he's definitely on earth. Let's track him. Let's see if his steps match up. Don't nobody want to do that, because then it get too real. Then get a little undeniable at that point. See, nobody even want to have a discussion with me, because that's how I shut their ass down. When they get to talking about, oh, the Bible ain't real, the Bible ain't real, the first person I'm gonna bring out of the Bible is the devil, motherfucker. Let's try to disprove him. Let's try to disprove him, because he made statements. He said he was gonna do A, B, C, and D. So is that not happening right now? You feel me? You could tell me about the Egyptians. You could tell me about Pharaoh. You could tell me about the Romans and the Greek gods. You could tell me about Paul. You could tell me about the Muslims and the slave trade and the shit that they went through. You could tell me about Hinduism. You could tell me about Buddhism. You could tell me about all this other shit. You could tell me about the Mayans, right? And how you study that shit. You got a lot of motherfuckers that sat there and spent years and years studying Kemet, right? And Kemetic shit. But the part in the Bible that said the devil is real and here are the humans that are following him, don't nobody got no info on that, right? Do you feel me? See, the Bible just shows you there's a chain of command of things, right? When you get in a deep study, you'll understand that God and Satan, they're not ops at all. Now, once you realize that, yeah, okay, your eyes start to open a little bit. Okay, your eyes start to open a little bit. when they talk about Satan being locked away for 1,000 years and then he'd be released, he'd be set loose after 1,000 years, right? Whether you want to go 0 to 1,000 or whether you want to go 1,000 to 2,000, I think we've crossed over 1,000 years, have we not? As a human race and society, no matter what year you decided to lock Satan up, it said he'd only be locked up for 1,000 years. So we're well beyond that now, right? Hell, if you want to look at a timeline of when Satan possibly could have been freed, right? It would be at the start of the Gregorian calendar that we use today. Because if you go to the history books, they will tell you that it's 15 months in a year, not 12. And when they created this calendar, right, that we use today is May 13th, 2026. The calendar that we use today is basically an odometer that has been reset to 0. Now, it's illegal to do that in the car, right? If you had 100,000 miles on your car and you reset your odometer to 0, we would never know the mileage on that vehicle after that. That's why it's illegal. Well, they had no such law when it came to the planet. They reset the odometer to 0. So now all you motherfuckers using this Gregorian calendar saying, oh, society's not 2,000 years old. This ain't accurate because, the year is 2,000. If you count back, man, that was 4,000 years. And this is 5,000 years from here. Okay? You got motherfuckers running around saying BC and AD, 400 BC, 500 BC. Nigga, if we went back to 500 BC, do you think that if we ask them people what year it is, they're going to say 500 BC? Hey man, what year is it? It's 7 BC right now. 7 BC. Next year it'll be 6 BC. You think that the people before the Gregorian calendar was counting backwards? But you use this Gregorian calendar to break the timeline down of the Bible, which all every time I hear it, it sounds stupid. It does. We gonna disprove the Bible because we got the Gregorian calendar. You done fucked up already. You done fucked up already. Okay? People had big complaints because they found out in the 1900s God's name was taken out the Bible and replaced with Lord. People 1920s, 1930s, they find this out and the first thing they say is, hey man, we need to fix this. Why is God's name not in the Bible? Let's go ahead and put God's name back in the Bible since we know where his name was removed Let's put his name back in the Bible. This is easy, right? Shouldn't be that hard, right? Well, not only was it hard, it became frowned upon to put God's name back in the Bible. Society thought, what a horrible idea. We're not going to put God's name back in the Bible. Are you crazy? Why would we do such a thing? So then you had a conflict of interest. You had, a failure to communicate. So you had a group of people that said, you know what? We don't need these Baptist churches. We don't need these Catholic churches. We don't need any of these people. Since we know the truth, we're going to put God's name back in the Bible without these people. And you know what the Christian community did? They made sure to separate themselves from these people that put God's name back in the Bible. In 2026, you know these people as Jehovah's Witnesses. And you don't even let them say a word when they come to your door. And the only thing they trying to tell you is, all we did was put God's name back in the Bible. And before they could even get it out, get off my porch. Get away from me with that Jehovah stuff. And then it's funny, y'all say get away from me with the Jehovah stuff, not realizing you telling God to get away from you. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. As soon as you say, I don't want Jehovah around it, yeah, you are basically saying you do not want God to help you. And he sure won't once you call him by name and complete your sentence. Guarantee you he ain't gonna show up. Guarantee you. Well, no, a Jewish Bible. What's so funny? I see people going into those churches. You don't even know what the fuck that dude is saying. You don't know what the hell he's saying. You have no idea. And this ain't no disrespect to nobody, but you don't know what the fuck he's saying. Okay? Jewish people will speak in tongues no different than a praise worship church. See, look, you can say 5 books, right? All of these books acknowledge the devil. True or false? Or are we scared to say that out loud? Are we scared to acknowledge that the devil is real? He's in the Torah, he's in the Quran, he's in multiple religions when you think about it. The devil is in all religions. Ain't that a bitch? Okay? That's what you have to look at. And if the devil is real, Satan was talking to God and Jesus. So how do you say he's real and then try to say the people that he was talking to wasn't real? See, it puts things in the perspective. You got Satan talking to Job, God, and Jesus. Oh, okay. So we're just going to throw the whole story of Job away, Ramil. Is that what you're saying? We just gonna take the story of Job and throw that shit away. I mean, I'm following. I'm listening to you. We just gonna take the story of Job and throw that bitch away. I got you. That's what I mean, Ramil. We are throwing the whole book of Job away, right? Because if we throw that book away, then everything you say becomes legit. All we got to do is just throw the book of Job, just throw it away, right? None of that shit was real. Right. I just said it. If we throw the book of Job away, we could throw Satan away. See how that goes? It's called a process of elimination. We can acknowledge the fallen angels. We'll just say that none of them had names. We'll say that they were fallen angels and just leave it at that. Don't ask no more questions outside of that. Were they fallen angels? Yes. Don't fuck with them. Hey, that's like that's like you standing in front of a door and there's 15 lions on the other side of that door. And I won't tell you that there's 15 lions on that side of the door. I just say don't open the door, right? I got it. Yeah. The less you know, the better. Now, I understand why the Hebrew Israelites don't fuck with the Bible because Jesus told you to get off the street corner. So at that point, you got to throw that shit away if you want to stay on that street corner and preach, right? Because Jesus told you to get the fuck off that corner and stop practicing your righteousness in front of men in order to be seen by them. But you do it anyway, right? Huh? You do it anyway. You go against Jesus Christ, and not one time when the Hebrew Israelites are standing on that corner, they have a line of people lining up saying, I want to join. Y'all motherfuckers is the truth. Y'all saying the real shit over here. You know, betting against Jesus. And y'all got this photo, picture of Jesus like he's supposed to be this white man with long hair If that were true, um, people in our people that are from like Iraq and Iran, they could look white, but they're not white people. They're not. I've never seen like a light skinned person from Iran. I work with people from Iraq and Iran and these places, and they have very fair, light skin complexions, but they're still not white people. They're not white people. Okay, and the whole um, Jesus is black, Jesus is white. That's a whole deflection thing, because nowhere in the Old Testament, the Torah, was there a race war. That was some shit that started up in 1960. Had nothing to do with the Bible. Nobody in the Bible was arguing over who was black and who was white. Yeah, just us. So yeah, Matthew 6. Take good care not to practice your righteousness in front of men in order to be seen by them. Otherwise, you will have no reward with your Father who is in the heavens. Hebrew Israelites don't like that shit. They throw it away. And this one right here is my favorite, like my favorite scripture. Matthew 10:33. But whoever disowns me before men, I disown them before my Father who is in the heavens. 34. Do not think I came to put peace upon the earth. Did you know that Jesus didn't come to bring peace upon the earth? Did you know that Jesus was disowning motherfuckers right there in the book of Matthew? Bitch, you disowned. If you are disowned by Jesus Christ, there's not a goddamn thing I could do for you. I can't do shit for you, partner. I can't even talk to Jesus for he disowned you. What you want me to do? He disowned you. What do you want me to do? I'm telling you that Jesus is this higher being that you don't believe, but he just disowned you. What you want me to do? Call him back? Tell him to come back around? You need to talk to him one more time? He ain't coming back. For you? Huh? He ain't coming back for you. Now what? You thought Jesus was peaceful and kumbaya. Matthew 10:34. He did not come to bring peace. So if Jesus didn't come to bring peace, I think you need to go and slap your preacher because he been talking about how peaceful Jesus is. And he's not the peace bringer. Ain't that a bitch? See, we can't base things off color, ancient tribes. Let me ask you this. Do the 5 books of the Torah acknowledge Moses and his 3 sons? Do they acknowledge Moses, Ham, Jephthah? What was the other? I believe the other son was Set. Are they acknowledged in the Torah? Please don't say yes. Please don't tell me that Noah and his 3 sons are in the Torah. Okay? Because that's going to lead back to that doggone Bible again, man. Don't tell me he in the Torah. Don't tell me his story, him coming down off that ark with his 3 sons. It can't be, right? Oh no, that can't be in the Torah. It can't be. We got to throw that story away too, man. We can't have that. We trying to get rid of the devil. We trying to get rid of Job. We trying to hide all this shit. Oh no. Don't say Genesis, right? Don't say Genesis, right? Because we acknowledge that Noah and his three sons were of melanated people, right? Noah and his three sons at this point in time, there was no white people, right? There was no white people, right? Are we acknowledging that in the Torah? Got to be careful what we acknowledge now. Okay, gonna put these stones together. Let's break something down in the Torah. Book of Genesis. I don't want to, I don't want to bust y'all head open sideways, but you asked for it, right? Genesis, chapter 9. Hold up. Oh, and wifey these keys. There you go, dear. All right, love you. All right, have a good day. All right, I got one more going out the door. I'm looking. Okay, this is Genesis chapter 9. Starts at verse 20. Make sure you get your Torah. Make sure your shit say what my shit say. Okay? Genesis chapter 9, verse 20 and down. Now Noah started off as a farmer and proceeded to plant a vineyard. He began drinking of the wine and became intoxicated. And so he uncovered himself in the midst of the tent. Do y'all have that? Do y'all have that in the Torah, Genesis chapter 9, 20 and 21? Is that the same thing? If it is, I'm going to keep reading. It says, later Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father's nakedness and went to tell it to his two brothers outside. Is that in your Torah too? That in the 5 books? Noah getting naked, Ham going to look, and then go to tell his two brothers. Sound like some gay shit to me, but homosexuality didn't exist in the book of Genesis. You know, let's keep reading. It said, at that Shem and Jephthah took a mantle and put it upon both of their shoulders and walked in backwards. Thus they covered their father's nakedness while their faces were turned away, and they did not see their father's nakedness. Now hold the hell on. We got one son that want to look and then 2 others that don't. What's going on here? Are these the first gay people of the world? Sounds a little homoerotic to me when you got one that want to look at his father's nakedness and the other 2 brothers go to cover it up with their heads turned so they don't see shit. And no white people around to push homosexuality, just these 4 men that happen to be melanated. Let's keep reading. At 24, finally, Noah awoke from his wine and got to know what his youngest son had done to him. At this he said, cursed be Canaan, let him become the lowest slave of his brothers. This would be a black man enslaving another black man, because once you say lowest slave, shit done got deep, didn't it? No, the word wasn't upsurp. It was looking at his father's nakedness. The word nakedness, upsurp, those are two different words. Upsurp is not here. Upsurp is not here. It is nakedness. Okay? Nakedness. There's no upsurp. It says nakedness here. Check your references. Okay? And you said I don't know how, then why don't you go look and see if it says what I just read? I don't know how. That's so silly. The words are in English. I can see if it was in another language, but this is English language. Now, Book of Genesis, open up your Torah and go down. Because Ham did what he did, right? And he did become the lowest slave of his brothers. Excuse me, I say Canaan, I said Cam. Canaan became the lowest slave of his brothers. He did. After Noah said, "Cursed be Canaan, and let him be the lowest slave of his brothers." Well, do you know the story of Canaan? It's in the book of Genesis. Why do you think he rebelled and started, him and his people, his offspring, his children and grandchildren, started building the Tower of Babel? Why do you think they did that? Because they said they weren't going to follow the God of Noah. Right? They weren't going to follow the God of Noah. Exodus, the Canaanites are now Egyptians, right? Because they believe wholeheartedly in incest. They don't want to. They don't want to have children with any of the Hebrew Israelites. Egyptian on Egyptian love. That started with Noah, Ham, and Canaan. What? Genesis came before Exodus, right? All right, me mom, love you. Have a good day. Now, before you tell me I'm wrong, next, well, go read it. Go read it. Go read it and find out the word upsurp is not there. It's not there. See? Somebody lied to you. Because that is not in the book. Where you see that word at, bro? Now, the Torah, the King James Version, the New English Version, and the Jehovah's Witness Bible. All books of Genesis say the same thing, bro. All of them. But you know what you don't have, Ramil? You don't have preachers telling you this shit. The preachers leave it out. Come on, because they could know about it. They could know about it. But why would they tell you some shit like that? Why would they? You know why? Because you ain't going to be interested. You ain't going to read no more. We got to tell you about the good shit. We got to tell you about the happy times in the Bible. We got to tell you about Aunt Millie. We got to tell you to worship and pray and celebrate and all this other weird shit. Right? Come on, Gino. Move. Move. Stop. Nope. You're making me mad, Gino. Stop. No. Out. Go on. Get. No. Oh, he is so hard-headed. He is so hard-headed. You know that? Get down. I swear to God, he's like Lassie. Really? You got all his mouth for me? Oh, God. He's got to use it again. That's what this is. Or he either that or he ain't got no more water or something. All right. Why? Come on, man. Why are you bugging me? Hmm? It's like a little wonder dog. Okay? He can be annoying at times, though. You feel better? Okay. Come on. Watch out. Come on, Gino. Get down. He can be relentless, too, when he want to be. Or he can be real relentless. Oh, Lord. Just, okay. He is. He's cute as a button. You know, but he can. Let me see if I can get a shot of him, y'all. Hold up. Okay. Show you how cute. Uh, Stop by in. Stop. All right. Come on, man. Look. You show the people how cute you are. Yes. See, I'm super cute. Right? Like I can sit still, show my face. Oh Lord, here you go. See, look, I mean, he's just like a giant ball of energy. Okay, uh, chill out, man. Come on, chill out. Okay, and then he just get to gnawing on you. Okay, he just want to gnaw on you and shit. Yeah, he scratched his ear too. Okay, I put some more neosporin on it. Come on, man. Lord, hey. All right. He's just terrible with it. He's just terrible with it. He's just terrible with it. He want me to scratch him. See, now once I get to scratching him, he'll leave me alone. This is how you know he's spoiled. Okay? He just wants somebody to scratch his butt. Okay? All right, this is too much, Gino. You know that? This is too much. Spoiled rotten. Look at you. Just spoiled rotten. Just want somebody to scratch on you. Hmm? Really? Knocking my stuff down with your tail. You're doing too much. This is what I got to deal with, y'all. Psycho dog. All right? He's my little mini terror. All right, he's my little mini terror. Okay, and I did. I spoiled him rotten. I know you're spoiled rotten. You are. You're spoiled rotten. Mm-hmm. Spoiled too much. Mm-hmm. Come on. Gino, stop now. Come on. Okay, okay, okay. Get down. Get down. Come on. Down. Get down. Chill out. Whoa. All my stuff. What in the world is this? But yeah, man, I read the Bible twice, front to back. I had to read it a second time because, like, the first time I read it, like, I just couldn't believe it. Come here, Gino. Come here. Come here. Come here. You know, you're too fat. Can't even get to your tail. You're too fat. I know you're trying. I see you trying. Really, you just took it out of my hand. So it's on you now. Trying to help your bud and you twisting and turning. Some common ground here. Like Pearl, what up, though? Okay. Yeah, so yeah, when I read the Bible front to back the very first time, like I was in shock. I was in literal shock that I had been lied to all them damn years. Like, okay. Then you try to come across other people that have actually made it through the entire book. And that number is so goddamn low. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, it's like you would hear everything under the sun for an excuse. Yeah, I know about the Bible because my daddy was a preacher. My daddy had a church. So your daddy was a preacher, right? He wasn't teaching the Bible, he was preaching. It's two separate things, man. Preaching is not educating people on the Bible. You could be talking about politics and be preaching. You could be talking about uh 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 saving the fucking whales in the ocean and be preaching. You see what I'm saying? Are you done? Okay. But yeah, man, there was so many people that just was making shit up, and I when I found out, you know, like everything that I found out, I started questioning folks, you know, because like in every book, there's a main character, there's a leading man, a secondary. You know what I'm saying? Like in a book, there's an all-star cast, right? You got from the lead individual to the smallest of the extras, right? So throughout this whole book, okay, God is the main character, okay, and it just shows you how all of his efforts of trying to fix humanity, right, failed. Like he tried all of these different methods. He tried fear, he tried intimidation, he tried reasoning, and all of these methods failed. To the point where he said, you know what, man? Either they gonna come with me willingly or fuck them. I'm not coming. I'm not doing any more tricks for humanity. I'm not pulling no more rabbits out my hat. I've done enough. I've done enough. I turned uh uh I got rid of Sodom and Gomorrah. They didn't care. Freed the Hebrews from the Egyptians, having them enslaved. They didn't care. Okay. Delilah knew exactly who the fuck I was. She didn't care. Okay. When God think about it, he like shit. Hell, Adam and Eve were the first humans on earth, and they didn't care. Everybody I try to help, they just fuck up. Told Lot's wife, don't turn around. If you look back, you're gonna turn into a pillar of salt. She didn't care about turning into a pillar of salt. She said, fuck it, I want to live as a pillar of salt. I want to see what that's like, being a pillar of salt. Okay? Peter was a disciple. He turned against Christ. He was sitting right next to him. To hell with what we think. You can have your doubt, but Peter was sitting right next to Jesus. Looked at Jesus and said, hey man, you show me the Father, and then I'll believe. I'm like, you know what, man? How is he any different than the motherfuckers that was arguing with Moses saying, well, why don't God come talk to me? Why are you always talking to Moses? Same mindset. It's like the mindset of jealousy and envy and all of those things. Yeah, they stem all the way back to Cain in the book of Genesis. It went on and on and on. It still goes on to this day. You know what I mean? People jealous of you when you walk out your house. You might not even have the nicest shit in the world, but somebody eyeballing your shit like it's the like whatever you got is better than what they got. Okay, whether you know the person or not. It could be your lifestyle, it could be something materialistic, it could be how you carry yourself, it could be the fact that you uh uh might be vocal and you know, lot of elements. But look, man, this went on a little longer than I expected. I came up here to salute the Africans that were shouting your boy out this morning. Already had me all motivated. But yeah, we'll pick up where we left off, man. Anybody want to have a Bible debate? I'll drop the link. All right, y'all can't fuck with me, and so I never know. So I never know. I look, it could be a 1 versus 9. It could be a 1 versus 10. I'ma tear all their asses up. It's no hesitation. I ain't even gonna think about it. I'ma just shoot. Okay, I'ma just shoot. It's your boy Vicdamoane. I'll see y'all on the next one. Deuces.